This is Cynthia Ortiz. It is October 17, 2023. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcast, and this is a kind of a continuation of yesterday. So we had a busy day. The more Charles contacts me, invades my privacy, and makes me broke, the more we get. Today he's done all three today, all day long, pestered and bothered and pestered and bothered, and asked me about leaks and asked questions, and he never gets answers, and he never solves his problems. But it sure does get people upset. Got a lot of nerve asking her, of all people, for help after what you've done. I used to be in the professional world. I moved 2 times and completely changed my career, completely changed everything about my life to get away from Mr. Perry and to never again have to hear what he thinks or what he wants or how he feels. Our guy said in March 2020, you don't invade her privacy anymore. That is against the law. You don't contact her or her family again. Why are you in Oklahoma? Don't contact them again. Leave them alone. Not in any way, shape, or form. Not through proxy. Not indirectly. Not indirectly. Not directly. Not in person. Get away from them. And she better not be broke, Calvin, Sanjay, Lucius. And if we have your names because I am. And if you weren't like Mr. Perry, just a little bit slow, it would make you shit yourself that I have your names, Calvin. Bald and fat Calvin, Lucius, Sanjay, Beverly. So Mr. Perry asked me all day, is Jordan a leak? Is Beverly a leak? Is Al a leak? Is Jim a leak? All damn day. Is your mom? Listen, what have I told you about that repeatedly for years? Don't contact me. Don't contact me. I don't have my privacy. I don't have my money. And when you're gone, I will. Everybody's tired of what you're putting me through. Sick of it. It's not normal to want to hurt people. We did say that you had expressed intent to starve me and deprive me of food and shelter until I lie. And you have done that. My club was full during the fair. I came home with about $700. That's the most I've had in a good long time. That wasn't student loan money. And immediately, this past weekend, it was empty. I came home with 5. So there's a noticeable drop since you found out I was out there. You had your guy out there, we said, late Sunday night, sitting in the parking lot waiting for what? Cops? He's gonna false arrest her again. Have that guy go show her a picture of her granddaughter and tell Cynthia you can't see your granddaughter unless you lie. Here's the affidavit we typed up for you. It's not your words, it's our words. We've already said this for years. We've talked about this. You know how we found out? Because the guys who said this right here told you you're going to pay in ways you've never had to pay before, and he's not even charged you yet, but he will. That's why we're getting it. I don't know what you guys tell yourselves in your little make-believe world, your delusion land. When we quote you and you run around going, how'd she find out? That's why, actually, he didn't do what he had planned. He comes in, Houston Oilers cap on. At the very end of the night, it's been empty all fucking night. Nobody sold a damn thing. That place is normally busy on Sundays. There's a lot of guys that want to come in and that didn't want to be there during the weekend crowd. They like it a little bit more low key, and they'll come in on Sunday, and they're there pretty frequently. You're running customers off, so you're making people mad. You've told everybody for years, I'm going to make sure she makes no money until she lies for me. I'm going to use taxpayer-funded resources, throw her ass in jail, you told Fabian, and she won't get out this time unless she does what I tell her and she's with me. I moved twice to get away from you, you little pussy. Move on. Put your big boy pants on. I rejected you. I don't like you. So I left. I don't want to hear what you think, and I'll never help you. But as it turns out, I'm not told who the leaks are. It's a need to know, and I don't need to know that. And I've said that over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Why must we repeat ourselves for you all the time? Huh? Why must we repeat ourselves for you? Oh, by the way, we're seeing Beth Holloway reaction to Vandersloot's confession. We've not confirmed that she's not at your Houston compound yet. But you got Mike framed. Why not frame Euron? Weren't you worried that Euron might be one of your leaks? Didn't you tell people she's at the compound, but we changed the name? So if they do an extraction, she may not remember who she is? Did you say that? Who'd you say it to? Listen, people are tired of your corruption and your sicko problem. It's icked and slimed all over everybody else. They're sick of it, Charles. You're caught when you do it to me, because my guy told you in March 2020, get the club full of paying customers, because you ran everybody off. Make it right. Paying customers. For everybody. Especially Cindy. Don't invade her privacy. Don't contact her or her family. And she better not be broke. If you get Tristan and Fabian up there so they can talk, and you butt the hell out, nosy body. Or you're going to pay in a way you've not had to before, ever. And we're going to use that to charge you. In a court of law, you go to jail. And you won't bother anybody again. You won't blow up anybody's life ever again. And you thought you had a choice. And we've made it clear when we quote you every day, and we got your code words and your names after March 2020, that he's not kidding. And you don't have a choice. It is the law. Now, we know you sold me to this Larry guy. Was that him? If that was him, that guy, I'm thinking, well, that explains a lot. That he can't get a date the normal way. He's not he's not like Mr. Sexy. He walks in and the guy at the door's like, it's $15 to get in. And he said he had a wad of cash in his wallet. And he goes, well, I'm going to see if my friends want to come in too. And he walked outside, and he waited, and we're waiting. Comes back in about an hour later and says, after, by the way, we get tipped off again. They're trying to false arrest you tonight. Charles, they're talking about your furniture. Lucius was talking to the governor. Is that true? That's the information we have. Police record a lot of things. Some intel is good, some is bad. You tell us, is that good intel or bad intel? And by the way, Charles, they were asking about what do we do with her furniture? And Charles asked, can you get me some of her underwear? Like a trophy. So, how did we find out? Well, you invade my privacy, they invade yours, they got a court order, and you have a weirdo problem and zero power over it. And you contacted me. You had the nerve to ask me, of all people, for help. And I'm broke. There's nobody in that club. So, is it cute now? When we quote you? So, I email my attorney. And here's what they're talking about right now. Right this minute. And he's like, he comes in and he goes, I need to use the restroom. I'm waiting for my friends to cash at me $15. And the guy at the door looks at me and he shakes his head. He kind of looks like, what? He kind of looked at me like, what? Are you shitting me with this? The guy goes in the bathroom and he looks at me and he goes, he had a wad full of cash in his wallet. He is not waiting for $15. He's full of shit. Watch, he'll go outside, he'll get in his truck and he'll leave. Well, because what? You guys got caught. So he wasn't able to tell. Well, here's a picture of your granddaughter. What did I say about that? If I never see her again, she's going to be able to live her life without you in it, and that's all I owe her. Isn't it? When she grows up, if she wants to see me, I'm sure she'll find me. Right now, because you contacted me today, because I'm broke today, Charles, because you fucked up the whole weekend for everybody at that club, you ran off everybody, all the customers, again. Does Rogers County help you with that? Are they interfering with business and contracts and commerce, too? If they are, then they got a liability there, don't they? You're using taxpayer-funded resources to facilitate trafficking and delivery for your personal profit, and you're caught. So we get a guy a couple of weeks ago, and he's like talking to somebody, and the guy goes, well, Charles just wants to be governor, and he just needs her to, and he was interrupted. And the man said, no, And he goes, what? I mean, he just wants to be governor. He just needs her right. He goes, no. Charles Perry will not be governor. And he goes, what? Why would you say that? And he goes, let me tell you something. He is in our state, making a woman who is a citizen of our state not be able to even feed herself. And that is disgusting. You don't do that. Second of all, he's trying to kidnap her, and he's been caught twice just this week trying to kidnap her. And he's not going to do that either. And if he doesn't know that he's caught, because we all know he's caught, he acts like he has no idea. So if he doesn't know he's caught, and number two, that is when you stop. Not that you would do this anyway. So number three, he doesn't know you don't do this anyway. He can't be governor. He can't even run his own life, much less be governor. If he wants to be governor, he leaves her alone and goes back to Texas, and he's campaigning, and he's seeing his constituents, and he's not in a state where he does not live, causing problems. He's got a very serious mental illness. You can't miss it. He doesn't know he's caught. He doesn't know that's when you stop. Not that you would do this anyway. Who the fuck does this? Who the fuck does something like that? She's not eaten for 4 days. Who the hell does something like that? Calvin, you're going to pay too. In a way you've never had to pay before. Lucius, you as well. We know your names. We know Calvin's bald and fat, and you're facilitating trafficking. He's not even charged you yet. You're already paying in ways you've not had to before. Are you just dumb, or do you just like getting caught? It's different when you do the crime to me, but it's the same every time you do it. And we have not quoted you just once or twice, or for a day or a week or a month. We've quoted you every day, all day long, for 10 years. And you can't tell cause and effect by now? Doesn't get any more slow than you. You can't tell that it's different when you do it to me than any other victim you've ever had? You've ever targeted? By now? You're just not all there. None of you. None of you are all there. It's different now. If we're getting tipped off before Charles, do you really think you control Oklahoma law enforcement? I would think somebody else does. So who would that be? Somebody who's normal. Somebody who respects women and children and doesn't think it's funny to beat them down, who's not a pussy and weak and pathetic and coward and beats down women and kids thinking that makes you tough. It doesn't make you tough. It makes you hated. Calvin, Lucius, Charles, Dave, you're hated. We're getting help, not you. You get told on. Charles, when you tell me I'm going to get you, what you get is told on. Not once or twice, not for a day or a week or a month or a year. Every day, all day long, for a decade. Today was very busy because you invaded my privacy. You pestered me all fucking day. You never shut up. And I'm broke, Calvin. That's your fault. Isn't it? So whoever is helping facilitate trafficking by way of deprivation of food and shelter with intent to coerce, interference with commerce with intent to coerce, interference with contracts with intent to coerce, grand larceny with intent to coerce, you have to live with your choice. And no one's going to help you. They never have, they never will. We're getting help, not you. You get told on. Because in March 2020, this is what he told you to do. And you know why he told you to do it? It's the law. Have some respect for other fucking people. Because right now, you don't know what we can and cannot do. But we're doing things you've not seen before. Right? You're paying for it in ways you've never had to before, and he has not charged you yet, Calvin. He didn't give a shit who you think you are, Lucius. What he knows is, you're breaking the law, you're hurting people. That's what opened this to begin with, David, is human rights violations. It's not funny. to everybody else. You got your little weirdo group, and outside of that is everyone else. He's appalled and offended and disgusted with you. And, you know, if we're getting tipped off. So your guy comes in, it's $15 cover. Well, let me see if my friends want to come. And then he goes out in the parking lot and he sits there for an hour, comes back in. I gotta pee. Fucking go pee. Comes back out. I'm waiting for an hour. I've been waiting for my friends to cash at me $15. I look at him and I go, where are you from? You're from Houston? Oh, wow. Surprised there. We're so shocked and surprised. Somebody from Houston's in here. So, oh, wow. Yeah, I go, what do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a poker guy. Yeah, whatever. So, where's your money? Because, you know, do you want a VIP? Or if not, bye-bye. Well, I can't get my friends to cash at me $15. Huh. Well, if you can't afford the 15 to get in, you don't need to be in here to begin with, do you? You're one of the canned food guys, aren't you? Can't do $15. Oh my god. Or are you the guy that's sitting out the parking lot waiting for Mays County to come throw my ass in jail so you can sit me down and make me sign your lie? Because we've been talking about this for a long time. You're caught, dum-dum. Every time you contact me, we get more intel. Today was very busy, Calvin. That's your fault. That's your fault, Lucius. Very, very busy day today. So, we heard you talking about taking my taillight out this morning. We heard you talking about trying to arrange another pullover, and that is entrapment. Like a judge said that, I think. Didn't you talk to Judge Parker or Judge Eagan? Or who'd you talk to about it? And they said, or was it one of your attorney? That's entrapment. You can't do that. Why? They've been doing it to me forever. We got a traffic court case right now where I'm like, Judge, they pulled me over like they targeted me. Like they're seeking me out and pulling me over, TPD is. To harass me. What are they, trying to facilitate trafficking. So Mr. Perry can make a personal profit using taxpayer dollars. And he's caught, by the way, when he does it to me. It's different. He's retaliating. Our intel's correct, or he wouldn't do that. We gotta take her car, then she'll call me. Take her car, then she'll call me. Every day, all day long, that's all he says. Take her car, and is it Beverly? Is it Jordan? Is it Al? Is it Jim? Is it your mom? Is it your family? Is it your kids? Wow. You mean you told them something that they're leaking? You think they're talking? So the intel's good intel? Yeah, okay. I mean, we get stuff in. We don't know if it's good or not. The Natalie Holloway stuff we got in, we still haven't confirmed it. It definitely got confirmed just a little when you said, maybe we should move her. Does she remember her name? She's gone by Natalie Holloway for years, 20 years. Will she remember who she is if they go run an extraction? Huh, wow, okay, it kind of sounds like she's there. That's FBI Houston. Our guys are, we're upset that there are little kids getting raped and they're shitting on the floor. And moms are having to listen to their kids scream in the next room while they're getting raped, and they can't help them. And you starve them and rape them too. One of your guys said, this is a thing. I'm mad about what he did to her school. I'm pissed. And this is something nobody talks about. They end up dead. You talk about this, you're dead. But right now, I'm going to overcome my fear because I can see you guys have some power. And I'm pissed at what they did to her with her school. Lucius. Trying to get her school money. I'm mad. I'm sick of watching them beat her down. Well, I think we all are. So, let me just tell you, there's little kids, they go in there and they rape they kidnap some girls, got them pregnant, those girls have kids, now they're raping the kids. And they will go in that place, and they'll rape the girls, and then they go fuck each other, and then they go rape the kids. It is awful, the shit that goes on in that place. That's a compound south of Houston. That's the house Mr. Perry is offering me. We got a house in Houston. You don't have to live in your car. Go be raped. And starved. I'm like, I'm starved now. I'm not going to be raped too. I'm not going to be raped too, sir. What we got, though, is we found out about your compound. We found out about Tim and his turning transponders off when he lands when he's kidnapped a victim in his Piper. We found out that you might have Natalie Holloway there. We found out you're raping little kids, and you might have children of your own at that compound that are illegitimate children that have no idea what a normal life even looks like. They're being deprived of food and shelter too, aren't they? When I'm broke, when you invade my privacy, when you contact me, we get more. You cause a problem for me, they're going to cause 20 for you. And they have shown you that for a long time. And a lot of people are now starting to go, this is Team Told On. This is Team Weirdo. And her guys are quoting them every day. They got code words, they got names. That's power. I'm going to be on that team. Because these guys are delusional, and they're headed down a rabbit hole, and I am not going with them. So we've gotten a lot more help. If you notice, there's an increase in these emails where I type up what you just said, and we get tipped off before, not after, so that we can prove mens rea, criminal intent, depraved mind, malicious aforethought, and premeditation. First, they thought up this horrible thing that most people couldn't think up if they had to, much less do it. Then they tried to do it, and they knew we knew. They knew they were caught. They tried anyway. Mr. Perry just wants to be governor. No. What do you mean, no? He can't be governor. Why not? Well, you don't go to a state where you don't live and try to kidnap a woman twice and get caught both times and deprive her of just food and shelter and get caught doing that too, and try to take her car and try to false arrest her and get caught doing all that too beforehand, over and over for 10 years, over, and you're caught. And so that brings me to the next point. He's caught and he acts like he has no idea. Well, we all know. Why didn't he know? Second of all, when you're caught, then you ought to note that's when you stop and he acts like he has no idea. Not that you would do this anyway. It's very offensive, it's very illegal, and we've all had enough of it. So he's not going to be governor, he's not capable. He can't run his own life, much less a state. He's got Huntington's disease. It causes paranoia, delusion, hallucination, psychosis, and impaired cognitive reasoning, and you can't miss it. And by the way, that's not going to get better, that'll get worse. Certified, diagnosed, mentally ill, and mentally impaired. Can't understand cause and effect. When you do the crime to me, you get caught. Nothing else has happened. You get told on. Your team told on. Because your conduct is very offensive. It's very depraved. It's very demented. And it's making everybody sick of their stomach. That you would do something like that to anybody. Ever. And it's different than your other victims. Your other victims don't know they're sold before. That you want to take my car. The other victims know you want to steal the car. That you're the one running customers off. That you're the one causing the problems. Causation, proximate cause, that's you. On pretty much everything. You have me targeted for a pullover. That is entrapment. Pretty much said that in my traffic ticket legal brief. When I'm alleging the same, it's copy and paste with you. First of all, it's Brady violation. Second of all, it's intentional concealment of a material fact when there's a duty to disclose it, and it will change the outcome of the deciding body. 3 times I've said it. 3 times we've alleged it in a case where you're concerned. Nobody else suspect a thing, TBD. Don't worry. Everybody's stupid. Everybody's dumb. Nobody will suspect anything at all. Okay. So, the next thing is, it's the same every time you do it to me. You get caught. Today was busy, Calvin, because of you. Because of you, Lucius. Okay? You guys got us a whole lot of intel. How much money have you spent on a cover-up that ended up buying truth? You got us the truth. 15 million, 20 million, 25 million. I mean, we're just at a loss. That guy that wants to take over your business that's in organized crime but a different kind, he said, I don't do much business with sex weirdos. They can't control themselves. And they make bad business decisions. Look how much money he spent. What kind of man humiliates himself to no avail and to his own detriment for this long? for that amount of money. He's humiliating himself, his organization, his family. He's decreasing the value of his organization and increasing yours every time you get something. And that's exactly why I don't do business with these guys, sex pervert kind. Because they're ruled with one thing. They're mushy little you-know-what. I think with my mind, I'm a businessman. I'm all about valuations and profits, and that's success to me. But this guy's a fail, and a big one. And that's an easy kind of business to take over. My guy goes, take it over. Wouldn't hurt if they have to use a court-appointed attorney, would it? We don't care. I mean, we got to solve the case either way, but it sure wouldn't hurt, would it? Take it over. Allow this X amount of time for him to stop on his own. For him to stop on his own and make things right that he fucked up. In people's lives who tried their very best to get away from him and have nothing to do with him at all and no conflict and no problem. And had he just left everybody alone, he wouldn't be in the hole he's dug himself in right now. And most people are smart enough that when you find yourself in a hole, you stop digging. Not this one. And that guy asked a lot of questions about what's gone on and what Mr. Perry and our guys showed him. Look, here's this, here's this, here's this. Wow. He's just made himself extremely weak, hasn't he? Yeah, he has. That's all he's done, really. I mean, this has been so easy, it's not fair. He said, I can do it when they least expect it. I can do it when they least expect it. And so there's the plan. And you've been told the plan, and you'll act like you don't have any idea what we just said. You always do. You always act like, we'll be like, Flat told them, this is what we're doing. Flat said, this is what we're doing. They act like we never said a word. So this is a direct result, sir, of you ignoring him when he told you in March 2020, get that club full of paying customers, since you ran them all off, Rogers County. Or with the help of Rogers County. If that information is correct. You need to make it right with those people. You stole something that don't belong to you. Make it right. You don't get to interfere with their business. So I think you need to fix that. Get Fabian and Tristan up to Tulsa to talk to her, and you butt out of that. It doesn't concern you, not even a little. Get Michael Neely home, and had you done that, our reporter said had they done what she said in March 2020 and got Michael home to his family, they'd look like heroes right now. They backed the blue. They defended a man who was innocent, about to be wrongfully convicted, and they helped him. So if she continued to assert that they killed Lucky, it would be very difficult to believe that, even if they did. We would say, no, she's wrong, if not a little bit crazy. But that's not what they did. Instead, they did everything a guilty person does and tried to cover it up by attacking her. And you got a criminal case that doesn't look right. It doesn't even kind of look right. It looks very corrupted. So now we know they killed Lucky and framed Mike. They don't back the blue. They attack the blue. So if we get tipped off, you think you run Oklahoma law enforcement, Charles? We disagree. We disagree big time. So you decided not to. He said, give her money back. If you took something, give it back. Whatever it is. And you fucking leave everybody the hell alone. Nobody invited you to Oklahoma. No, I didn't introduce you to my family, did I? I did not. I did not. I would never, ever have taken you around my family. Which brings us to the next point. What they said, we heard, they tell me two people, you got a grand jury going right now or something? 2 people pled the 5th against the right, whatever it is, right against incrimination. I plead the 5th. 2 people. Wow. What is that? I don't know. They didn't tell me who it was. They just said 2 people. Okay, then our shrinks talks to me this afternoon, and she goes, your family's testifying, and I'm sorry to tell you this, but your cousin said if I made a mistake, it was letting her come live with me. It was helping my relative when she needed my help. That was my mistake. And she goes, that is not coming across like Charles wants it to come across, because Charles told me to say that. Charles is supporting perjury. Charles isn't letting people say what they want to say. Charles is influencing testimony. We've said that before. By the way, we caught him. Doesn't matter what TPD's doing. Writing tickets and being meter maids. And Rogers County's doing, running off customers so we can't eat. A bunch of women and their kids can't eat thanks to Rogers County. That doesn't sound like Scott, what's his name, to me. So did you go through him, or did you just find some schmuck to help you facilitate trafficking? I mean, does he know? Is the intel good or bad? You tell us. We don't want to lie. So you tell us, is the intel good or bad? Okay, so right here, the shrink says your family's not coming across like Charles wants them to come across. They're coming across as a bunch of cold-hearted, callous pieces of trash is what they're coming across. Your cousin's testimony did not help. In fact, it made it worse. And your son upset somebody quite a bit. The person said, if my family was going through this, we would work together to get rid of the threat. There's no way we would do to each other what Cynthia's family's done to her. I don't bother my family, Charles, you do. For 4 years, I've left my family alone. You want to know if there are leaks? Why are you talking to my family? Because we told you not to in March 2020. I didn't introduce you to them. How do you know my family in Oklahoma where you don't live? Why aren't you campaigning in Texas if you want to be governor? That's what the guy said. He's not going to be governor. What do you mean he's not going to be governor? If he wanted to be governor, why isn't he campaigning in Texas? Why isn't he meeting with constituents, finding out what they want from him? He's up here trying to kidnap a woman and starve her and get a profit, get some money. By the way, he's mentally ill, diagnosed. And that is, you can't miss it. It's very obvious he's mentally ill. And he acts like he doesn't know he's caught. Well, we all know he's caught. He's caught. And he acts like he doesn't know that when you're caught, you stop. Not that you would do this anyway. Why would you do this? Normal people don't do this. Why would you? So his disease is not going away. It's only going to get worse. It will never get better. What, a year from now, you're going to be in a special needs facility? A nursing home or a mental hospital? Hopefully. Tomorrow, yesterday wouldn't be soon enough for me. Whatever keeps you from bothering me. So if you think my family's leaking, why are you talking to my family? We told you not to. Right? Thank you, Reverend. Okay, so what he said is, what my shrink said is, your cousin said it. If I made a mistake, it was helping my loved one. Why in the hell would he say that? She said this one lady was very upset by that. Well, what's wrong with her family? Why are they so cold and callous and jackasses? And her son is more worried about his picture being used to help a police officer than he is his mom. I find that repulsive. I find that very upsetting. So what they're doing that you think is going to help you is actually helping me, she said. It's having the opposite effect. That people are very upset by the way they're treating me. Why didn't they call her in 4 years and check on her? Why not? I mean, she's not calling them, bothering them. Why aren't they calling her and finding out how she's doing? And if they did threaten the EPA, why didn't they call her and tell her, yeah, they did threaten the EPA. They called the EPA to shut our businesses down. So what can we all do to work together to put a stop to this attack on our family? That's not what they did. They opened their homes for a monster, an alleged sex offender, and an alleged cop killer, and shoved their relative out, their loved one, shoved her right out the door, and allowed her to sleep for 6 months in her car and not eat. I can't imagine doing that to my family. I can't imagine it. So the shrink goes, it's not working like Charles wants it to work. He's coming across as the monster that he is, and your family's coming across as helping him. Horrible people. And The EPA threat did not do what I thought it would do. I thought it would kind of lend some mercy and some perspective to why they're doing what they're doing. But this woman said, but if it was my family, I would have called her and said, they're threatening the EPA on us to shut our businesses down. I realize they're attacking you too. What can we all do to work together as a family to be rid of this threat? So I'm extremely offended at her family being so cold and heartless and cruel to her. I can't imagine doing that to my family. I can't imagine my family doing that to me. I find it very offensive. So it's not having the effect you thought it would have. A lot of things you do don't. You try to intimidate me. You try to take my money. You try to force and push and bother and threaten and harass and take everything I own. And now the day goes by that you don't talk about taking my car. Take her tail. Did you guys get her tail light this morning? No, we couldn't get to it. Well, we really wanted her pulled over today. He goes, I think that's entrapment, and you're vandalizing our car, and have you not been caught enough on that yet? You're caught. And you can't be governor if you don't know you're caught, and you don't act like you know you're caught. And that's when you stop. You need to be in Texas running for governor and leave everybody in Oklahoma the fuck alone. You don't go to a state where you don't live and entrap and provoke and cause a lot of injury to a whole lot of people who have no reason to want to hurt you, have not hurt you, and just want you to go the fuck away. I moved twice not to have a conflict with you, not to, and then claim you're being harassed. Go the fuck back to Lubbock and get the fuck out of my life and never bother me again. Because you're paying for it with this right here in ways you've never had to pay before. And he's not even charged you just yet. Act like you know you're caught. Because you act like you don't know that. Okay, what's this one? Yeah, that's the guy that wants to take over your business. So then you're stuck with a court appointed. The service. Can we not get her served? You're arguing. She's not been served properly. I haven't. Well, isn't she looking it up? Well, Charles took her money. She pays her money, so no, she can't. She's not. Here's the thing. There's that. Let me say it one more time. Charles Perry has told anybody and everybody who will listen, he intends to steal my money, to make me broke, to subjugate me. He wants to make it where I have no choice but to be trafficked, so that not only will I be starved, but I'll be raped too. You wanted my family to go, we want you to go be raped. And you thought I'd go, oh, okay, since you said it. Why would I fucking do that? And they weren't there. The last I heard from them was in Christmas 2020, I think. And they said, come out for Christmas. And I'm like, I tried to DoorDash, I tried to do something, make some money so to get gas to go out there. And I couldn't do it. So I ended up texting Dana, Craig's wife. I can't make it, I don't have the gas to get out there. And everybody's now questioning, and you never picked up the phone and said, can we miss you? Can we cash app you some money so that you can come out here with us? What's going on that you're so broke you can't afford $5 to get out here for Christmas? Is there something we can do? What can we do? We're your family. We're here. We love you. We're here to support you. Never once after that did they call me and see if I'm okay. I've got posted on the internet. I lost everything I have in 30 seconds. Charles took it. If I just disappear, he's kidnapped me or murdered me. So be aware of that. He's been threatening it and threatening it and threatening it and threatening it and threatening it. We have a problem in Tulsa police with equal protection and with Mr. Kunzweiler and with the application of domestic violence laws, a big problem. And violence against women. We've got misogyny. We've got discrimination against women and children and victims of crime. You gonna wait till we're dead and then put us on the first 48 and then get on there and go, we have a really high solve rate. Look how fast we solved this one. Right, well, you had about 10 years of she's under threat that you ignored. So you're shooting fish in the barrel. Nobody's impressed. Nobody's fucking impressed. Our guys are disgusted with you. They're disgusted with Cynthia Hebron at University of Phoenix. They're glad that's over. I've unenrolled. I've withdrawn. I'm not going to have their name on my diploma. And they were up. What she did was awful. But it's perfectly in line with Mr. Perry. And his cruelty. And his cruelty gets us intel, by the way, because we're kind. And people are starting to see we got a lot of power. Because we got names, we got code words. Nobody else has that. Lucius Calvin Bittencourt, Sonjay Beverly, Blankenship Desiree, Richard Dickey, Andrew Lawrence, James Rubin, Nisbet, Bruce, Oscar, Tim, Greg, Muffin Man. Okay, we have that. Because when you bother me, you contact me, you invade my privacy, and I'm broke, that's what happens. We get information. You asked for it. You're giving us information to get. Right, Judge Parker? Right, Judge Eagan? How do I know there's something in your court? How do I know? Was there a grand jury going right now? My cousin turned everybody off with his testimony. So that backfired on me. So they're like, has she not been served yet? And I'm like, okay. Because of police recordings and intel, you have intel that indicates there's a case that you filed against me in Egan's court. I've not looked at it. I've not been served. I don't know a thing about it other than what comes from police recordings. And if that information is correct, then it's good intel. If it's not correct, then it's bad intel. And everybody's having a really hard time why you think I need to be restrained, but I understand that you've asked for me to be restrained from living my life in the state where I came to get away from you, and you've come up to it and caused injury I can't describe, and you won't leave. And you think you're being harassed. You've not lost your car, you've not lost your home, you've not lost a fucking thing. I rejected you, and I left. And at that point, you should have moved on. And you didn't. You sold me to a Houston realtor named Larry. Was that him? That was at the club the other night? That didn't have $15 fucking dollars, he said, to get in? Sat and waited in the parking lot for an hour for the police to put me in jail? So he could say, oh, look, I know your granddaughter. You'll never see her again unless you do what I say. Coercion is a very serious crime, Larry. You're caught too, by the way. So, is that what were you sitting in the parking lot too? One of the employees kept running outside. I'm like, the fuck is she doing? Is she going out there to talk to you? Next time I'll follow her out there and I'll see. I'll take pictures. You stay the fuck away from me. Why are you going to my work? Huh? Why are your people going to my work? We got Pinto, we got Mickey James, we got Terry Wagner. Terry Wagner also went at my home address. We got the guy this weekend. Oh, my wife's sick, had a stroke, so I got a girlfriend. And then my girlfriend got sick, so I bailed on her too. I broke up. By the way, she works at Lady Godiva's. Where do you live? Can I come home with you? I got 2 women that needed me and I bailed on both. Can I come home with you? I'm like, wow. So we're like, you know what? No. And he's going to come in and give me money on Sunday because I didn't make very much this weekend. You ran everybody off. And dinner. And if he doesn't, we're done with him. He's your conduit, isn't he? Isn't he your conduit? Isn't how he pays your bill? So he can pay your bill Sunday night or we're done with him. That's it. I'm done. We're done with him. We're finished. I told you that's what we do. You want to, I sting opt him. I got everything I needed out of him. We're done. If he's not going to come in and buy, I don't want anything to do with him. He's a customer. I'm not going to bring him to my house. I've never done that. Terry Wagner didn't even get to go to my house. We knew he's your conduit, isn't he? The money, the flow of money. What we watch, we got an accountant tracking all that. The flow of money goes up and down depending on whether or not you think I'm doing what you want. Okay? Coercion is a very serious crime. When you take my money, though, now you have a bill to pay. When you watch me in my house, it's $1,000 a day for invading my privacy and raping me like that, and I'll define how you make me feel. You violate me, it's rape. Okay? Plus $2,000 a day for doing it without my consent. You're using my body against my will, without my consent, without compensation, and you don't get to do that for your entertainment and for your business profit. You don't get to use police for your profit to facilitate trafficking. And you're caught. Okay? Can't be governor if you don't know you're caught. And that's when you stop. Not that you do that anyway. I mean, this guy was adamant, completely interrupted that he just wants to be governor, and he goes, no. Just like that, very firmly, very adamantly, no. He is not going to be governor. Wow, why? Why would you say that? He's up in Oklahoma, harassing one of our women, a citizen, trying to starve her to death, and he's caught. He's trying to kidnap her twice in 1 week, and he's caught. So he acts like he doesn't have any idea that he's caught. So he's a little delusional, huh? A little wacky? A little mentally impaired? Okay, well, we all know he's caught. He needs to understand that he's caught. And that when you're caught, that is when you stop. And if he doesn't know either one of those two things, or that maybe you just don't do this to begin with, none of us do, why is he? Then he can't be governor. If he wants to be governor, he's got to show that he can run his own life right. Or he can't even run a state. If he can't even run his own life. And he needs to be over there in Texas campaigning and leaving her alone. He's got a mental illness, by the way. We all know that. Huntington's disease. It's not going to get better. It will get worse. So don't sit here and tell me she has to lie so he can be governor. She does not. She absolutely doesn't. He can't be governor. He is caught and acts like he has no idea. He acts like you don't know that you stop when you're caught, so he can't do it. Mentally, he's just not there. Not that you would do this to begin with. So if he's doing it and no one else would, it is illegal and offensive. He's just not there. Mentally, not there. Not capable of running his own life, much less a state. Why is he in Oklahoma at all? Why is he here at all? He needs to go home to his family and campaign and not come up here and try to kidnap a citizen in a state where he doesn't live and wasn't invited. And the shrink said, by the way, earlier, we have the people that, I guess the grand jury, I don't know. Why is Charles in Oklahoma, number one? Number two, why is he contacting her family at all? Number three, why didn't they support her and all work together as a family to get rid of something and someone who's a very serious threat to their safety and their well-being, all of them? And what kind of cold, callous assholes do that? My family wouldn't do that. What in the world? So whatever you were trying to do by using my family to badmouth me did not work, she said. This thing of you need to get her served. Okay. Whatever I've heard and whatever I know, I've not looked at it. I was told not to. What I want you to do instead is every time we get intel in and you type it up, give it to them so they'll take it to the court, put it on the docket and say, lie. They're going to lie. And then say, see, here's evidence she's harassing us. And we got all that. And that would include my family's comments. Her cousin Craig, our shrink, your cousin Craig said today, the biggest mistake I made was helping her and letting her come live with me. That was my mistake. And it pissed people off. She said it had an adverse effect. They think he's an asshole. They don't think badly of you. They think he's horrible. What a cold, callous piece of shit that he would say something like that and not call her for 4 years and let him do this stuff to her and brutalize her and brutalize her and brutalize her and abuse her and brutalize her and then go, well, maybe we can talk her into being raped. And no one was there for her. No one. And then her son pissed me off because he's more concerned about his picture being used to help a policeman who was trying to help her. To show a difference between when a man looks like he was in a fight and when a man looks like he was not. And his only concern was that picture, and he didn't give two fucks about her well-being or her safety, and I don't understand that. What kind of asshole does that? I raised a better kid. I know that. I raised my kids. You may do nothing else right in your life, but you do one thing right. Treat other people like you want to be treated, because there is karma, and what goes around comes around, and you will reap what you sow. So you better make sure you're kind. And by the way, Proverbs 11:17 or 17:11, I quote it all the time. My friends quote it all the time. We all quote it all the time. A man's kindness brings blessings. We get the help with information. And his cruelty will be his downfall. You get told on. And it has been that way for 10 years. Not once or twice. Not for a day or a week. Not every day, all day long, your team told on for 10 years. And you can't take the hint that people are disgusted by your conduct. And that's why it's illegal. Charles, when you contact me, we get more. You just did it again. It's 10:55. He's contacted me probably 3 times while I'm doing this. Fuck off, bitch. You need to grow up. You need to put your big boy panties on and act like a fucking man and a grown man and a law-abiding citizen and get off me, you fucking rapist sicko. I will not be trafficked. I will not do what you want. If you want to give me another I told you so, you be my guest. He carried out yet another threat. False arrest. Sit her down, make her sign the lie. Tell her, here's a picture of your granddaughter. You can't see her unless you lie. And go be raped. And we want our money. And it's at your expense. And I said, fuck you. You are off your nut. It's never going to happen. How much am I worth, David, eating out of a dumpster? You want to find out? Because here's what your mafia guy said that wants to take over your business. Because you're weak. You've made yourselves weak. What kind of man humiliates himself? Doing the same thing every day that doesn't work, even for him. To his own detriment. What kind of man does that? That's not a man. He goes, that's a pussy. Is he going to sue me too? I'm calling him a pussy. I'm fixing to take over his whole thing. He's a sex pervert who has absolutely no control and no power over himself. And I won't do business with people like that. They make bad decisions. And he has, and he did. And I don't. I'm not like that. I can control myself. I'm a businessman who thinks about valuations. And every time you guys get what they just said, your value goes way up, so does hers. And his goes way down. And I bet you he hasn't put that together yet. That's some math he hasn't done. He's an accountant, isn't he? Yeah. But he's got a mental problem, so he probably didn't think of it. Because I bet he didn't. That'll work for me. I'm taking him over. I'll just take over. I'll take everything they've got. They're not making it hard. And I'll get rid of the sex trafficking business and do some other things with that. That'll make money. And not involve weakness. Sheer weakness. Right? What kind of man humiliates himself to no avail and to his own detriment? And spends that kind of money doing it and does it for that long. And thinks his business won't get taken over. Of course it's going to get taken over. He made himself weak. He made her strong. Look at that. Okay, so yeah, we quote you every day. Everybody can see the power behind me. The more we quote you, the more you're caught. No, I didn't get served. I don't know what the hell it is, except the prosecutor said, don't answer it. He already told me how to answer it, by the way. Here's how I want you to answer it, so that because the criminal case we're building, we're going to use that to do it. That's a fraud. It's a lie. Straight up, flat out lie. Okay? So, Oh my gosh, he just did it again. It's 10:59. Mr. Perry just contacted me again. You're going to pay for that with Intel. Okay? You asked for it. Are you stupid or you just like getting caught? I don't care what you think. I fucking don't give a fuck what you think. What part of that are you having a hard time putting together in your head? I don't care what you think. Didn't ask you, did I, Connie? You shut up. I don't want to hear from you at all. Respect my privacy. Respect my rights. I don't care what you think. Did not ask you, did I? The only way you could know what I just said, that you feel like you got a comment on it, sir, is you're a peeping Tom. Voyeurism is illegal and very, very vulgar. A very, very vulgar violation of me. Okay? You should know what I'm doing right now. Hacking and peeping and poking and bothering and oh my gosh. God always gets us more of this. Right? You don't get the cause and effect. You contact me, we get more. You make everybody mad. A man's kindness brings blessings. We get the information. For 10 years every day. All day long. The more cruel you are, the more we get. I mean, it was busy today. Can't we get her served? How does she know about it? Police recordings? Is it good intel or bad intel? You tell us. If we have it, then you've gone into court and you lied, just like the prosecutor said, and he said, let them put as much on the docket as possible so that when we go to court in our trial, criminal trial, they can't get this stuff suppressed. And by the way, I've got some law enforcement guys, some in law enforcement from some other places that want to look at it. Maybe there's a similarity. Maybe there's a reason they want to look at it. You put it on the docket. It's public record now. We knew you would. That's what he said. Here's what I want to happen with this. Here's what I want them to do with this. Here's what I want to do with this. We're going to get them to file it. We're going to get them to put it on the docket. We're going to get them to make it public record. And here's how. And you did it. I think we've kind of told you this stuff before and you just didn't understand the words. When you contact me, when you make a problem for me, they're going to make 20 for you. You ask for it. You know, this is power you're dealing with, sir. It's the same thing every day. Groundhog Day with y'all. So easy, it's not even fair. As a dog returns to his vomit, so does a man to his folly. I mean, you're that. You're this too. A man's kindness brings blessings. We get the information. We get the help. Or his cruelty will be his downfall. You get told on. People are sick of y'all. All of you. All of you. Don't ask how I found out. You know exactly how I find out. The more cruel you get, the more we get. The more broke I am, the more busier it is for me typing up shit you just said. I'm telling my school, I'm out of here. I'm done. I won't have another thing to do with you. I don't want your name on my diploma. You happy, Lucius? I'm happy because it gives me an opportunity to have a more better name on my diploma. But you didn't make me not want to go to school. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Get her car. Didn't you lie? Charles tells people, if I can't get her delivered, I'm going to lose millions. You have no idea. You have no idea. But you think you're okay with that because when you contact me, we found out before that you trafficked me and that you said that. Do not contact her. Do not invade her privacy. Both of those things are illegal and very, very offensive and depraved. And she's not to be broken. If she's broken, you're invading her privacy and you're continuing to try to communicate with her, you're going to piss us off. You don't want to piss us off. Because we can do stuff no one's done before. Lucius, Calvin, Geppetto, Blankenship, Desiree, Sonjay, Beverly, Renee, Monique, Tim, Transponder Tim. Okay? You're to leave me the fuck alone. So that's the stuff we got all day. Did you pull her tail light out? We want to take her car. You think we can get put her registration in the glove? It's in the glove. What business is it of yours? We got to take her car, then she'll lie. Yeah, you've been saying that for a long time. You've been saying that. Let's see. I'm going to show you how long you've been saying that. There's about 5 of us that have access to this account, Charles. If only we could remember who posted what when. Okay, and none of this is about politics, by the way. It is all about criminal activity. If it's not true, then prove that. All I can do is say, this was played for me by police, this recording. I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures out it's not even legal. I'm going to sell her car right out from under her, and it's not mine to sell. But maybe then she'll go, okay, now I'm destitute, and if I want to eat, I'll have to go be sold and raped. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, let's find out. How much money am I worth eating out of a dumpster? Okay, let's find out. You want to try it? You want to test it? Let's see. You're dealing with people, you don't know who they are, but they can do this. A lot of people are starting to see there's a lot of power behind me, Charles. A lot of power. They won't call you. I'm not going to call myself and repeat. I'm not going to call Charles and repeat myself. I say it once. He knows exactly who we are. We've talked to him face to face. He just, Alzheimer's or something. Okay, this was on the 23rd. See that? All I can do is type up what the recording said and testify. I heard that in a recording. It sounded like Charles. I'm not even told who it is. It sounded like Charles Perry. Okay? By the way, my car's been wrecked an awful lot. Right at the wheel. 5 times in 3 years. 4 times in 3 years. And then there was a brick thrown at me on the freeway. And then there was this see? Split my trans in 2. I totaled my car. If I had been just a little bit closer, it would have hit me in the head. Though because I saw Charles's guy at the... Oh my God, he just did it again. He fucking just did it again. Okay, so get me more. Y'all. That'll get us more intel. You're going to pay for that. You just contacted me again after I just said don't do that. It's creeping me out. You're fucking creepy. You repulse me. I feel nothing for you but disgust. I rejected you because you disgust me. And I don't do creepy guy. I don't do peeping Tom. And I sure shit don't do canned food guy or alleged sex offender cop killer. You're everything I don't like. Our shrink slave. He's done nothing Cynthia likes and everything she hates. And then runs around going, why doesn't she like me? Wow, gee, what could it be? What could it be? So, what I'm seeing is a man that does everything deviant men like. And he's surrounded by them. And nothing women like. And women are disgusted by him. He can't figure out how to, when you contact me, weirdo, we always get more. Get out of my phone. Get the fuck out of my phone. And stop trying to communicate with me. I fucking hate it. It's disgusting. You're gross. I rejected you. I don't like you. Put your big boy pants on and get out. Get the hell out. Right now. You don't have a choice. Are you stupid or you just like getting caught? Yeah, we've all had enough of it. Alright, so there's all these wrecks that he's caused. A fuck ton of wrecks. Yeah, that's what people do when Charles does something. We're all like, the fuck? Weirdo. Again. All I could do is type it up. This was October 29, 2015. He's going to arrange a false arrest and try to coerce me. And then you did. I just said it in the last podcast. See how this guy's here? Charles had his guy on the right-hand side, so I went out to the left. And it cost me about 2 minutes of my time. It took a little longer. So the brick hit the asphalt and then jumped up and hit bounced up and hit the bottom of my car. This is Why is her son more concerned about that picture being used to help that man, to show that he's accused of beating someone to death, and looking at him, there's no way. He just 6 days before took a car vandalism complaint. You want to contact me, you're going to pay for it with intel. You're going to pay for this in ways you've never had to pay before. And he's not arrested you yet, but he will. Do not contact me again. You just asked if Mike Neely was a leak. Is Mike Neely a leak? Ask your attorney, Mark Warman. You never get answers to your questions, and you never get help. You get told on. It's inappropriate for you to contact me, and you got a lot of nerve asking for my help after what you've done. His concern was over his picture, not whether his mom is okay. Who the fuck does that? Wow. So her family's a turnoff here. That's not helping us not like her, if that's what they're trying to do. Sounds like they're all trying to badmouth her and get us not to like her. Actually, it's having the opposite effect. We don't like them. They're assholes. They're just like Mr. Perry. Okay, see, I said it. In March 2020. Sure as shit he was drugged. I think he was drugged. He didn't do it. Sure as shit. He was drugged with opioids. He was dying when they found him. There's the arrest report. Not one mark on him. Red swollen right hand. It says IV's in it. That's why it's red and swollen, dumb. I don't have any patience for dumb, stupid cops. I really fucking don't. I think the world is sick of that. I think the world is really ready for some effective police who will get bad guys and protect us and make us safe. And that's what the guys helping me are doing. And you don't seem to get that. Your harassment is a problem, sir, for you. You make a problem for me, they're going to make 20 for you. That's what they do to stop crime. They're going to make problems for your crime. And you're seeing things you've not seen before. And you act like you don't know that. And you want to run for governor? Uh-huh. Sure. Okay. Trying to find... Okay, look at all that. This is the report Mike took. Gosh, Mr. Neely, Officer Neely, there's powder all in my trunk. And I don't know how they got in my trunk. But for buying a little key from Good Deal, Mo. You want me to go back and talk to Mo? Why? Why do you want me to go talk to him, Calvin? You never shut up about it. It was all over the room. A few doors down from me, where Mr. Roberson had his employees from Dynamic Shot stay. There's that. This is when they took the taillight out the first time. The officers that told me Mike was drugged, go check your taillight. They pulled it out. Go fix it. They tried to do it again this morning. Tried to hit me at the wheel. Hit me on the back here. Hit me at the wheel. Hit me at the wheel. Hit me at the wheel. Nobody will suspect a thing, TPD. Meter maids. Why would they? You know, people are not stupid, so they do. The guys that got me that in jail, that's not just anybody's name, that's Fabian's name. And they got it to me in jail right then when you did the false arrest that we talked about in October 29, 2015 email that I just showed. It's called the McNamara email. Judge Kuykendall said, I've got to rule out entrapment and provocation. Because I'm not dumb. It looks to me like you're harassing. You're always in Oklahoma. Why are you in Oklahoma? How do you know her family? Why didn't her family call her and say, what's going on that you don't have gas money to get here for Christmas? We miss you. Why is it that you post something on Facebook that you just lost everything you have? What can we do to help? You know he's harassing us too. Why don't we all work together to get rid of the threat? We're a family. Let's work together. So they're coming across. She goes, that's what my family would do. Why isn't her family doing that? They look like a bunch of assholes to me. I don't think they deserve her. I think this is not working out like our shrink goes. It's not working like he wanted it to. It's backfiring. That happens a lot. What does that say? Make him leave me the fuck alone. In 2014, I moved twice not to have any contact with you at all. I don't care what you think. We all are sick of hearing it. We're sick of you. People are sick of me being broke, Calvin. People are sick of me having problems, Lucius. And so we get the help. A man's kindness brings blessings, and his cruelty will be his downfall. You get told on. It has not happened once or twice. It does not happen for a day or a week or a month. It's every day, all day long for 10 years. And that has today was very busy. We want to serve her. Okay. You know where I am. You got cameras in my apartment. Serve me. Serve me. My prosecutor's like, I want to use that to add to my criminal case. So, until they properly serve you, don't do anything. Every time we get a police recording or intel in, type it up and send it to them. And let them take it and put it on the docket. Save you and me both a fuck ton of time and money. Let them make it public record. I've got some guys in law enforcement from some other places want to look at it. Let's let them make it public record. For anyone in law enforcement from anywhere to see now and forever. And then they can't suppress it when it comes to the criminal trial. They can't. They made it public record. They wouldn't attack me if we weren't right and if the intel was bad, would they? No, they would not. They would be dismissive. And the reporter's like, had they just done what she said and got Mike Neely home, we'd think they were all heroes and she was nutty in a fruitcake if she continued to say that they killed Lucky Miller, Chief Miller. Even if they did. It wouldn't look like it. It would look like they did not. They're helping Mike get home. They backed the blue. They're heroes. But that's not what they did. They're starving her. They're trying to take her car. They're trying to traffic her and rape her. Sounds retaliatory to me. I mean, I'm just a layman, but it sounds retaliatory to me. Sounds to me like she's right on the money, and they don't like that. Our prosecutor said, let them put it on the docket. And whenever it is that they serve you properly, then we'll go from there. Here's what I want you to say. Okay? Your people said you got to prove she's lying and that she knows she's lying. Good luck with that. I can only testify. I heard a recording. I typed it up. We can't wait till he does something to send it out to prove premeditation. We got to get it out the second we get it in. Okay? And then when you do it, we'll go, well, we told you so. We've got evidence now that you expressed intent to hurt me. You told anybody who will listen, I'm going to starve her till she lies. I'm going to throw her back in jail, Fabian. And she's going to lie. Or she's going to be with me. You need to give up. Or she can sit in jail. We're going to do to her what we did to Mike. You've told people over and over, everywhere you go. You never shut up. You got a mental illness. I bet you don't know who you said what to. He wants to be governor. No. What do you mean no? He's not mentally capable of being governor. You don't go to a state where you don't live and starve a woman. You don't do that. He's been caught. And he's been eaten for 4 days. Who the hell does that? And he's been caught twice in a week trying to kidnap her. You don't do that either. So he's caught, and he acts like he has no idea. Well, we all know he's caught. So if he doesn't know something, he's not capable mentally of being governor. He can't even run his own life, much less the state. Second of all, when you're caught, you stop. And if he doesn't know that, he's not capable of running his own life, much less the state. Not that you would do this anyway. Well, that's another thing he should know. You don't do this shit. And if he wants to be governor, then he needs to get his ass to Texas and go fucking campaign and get the fuck out of here. And stop messing with her. It's not helped a thing. He's caught. He's got a mental illness, and that's not going to get better. That will only get worse. And he's making a fool of himself right now. And acts like he has no idea. We all know. Why doesn't he? You don't act like that. You don't fucking starve women and kids. You don't fucking do it. And he's caught because he did it to her. Are you stupid or are you just like getting caught? Which is it? You tell the jury, you tell the court. Is that intel good or not? Huh? You're going to starve me till I lie. You're going to false arrest me. You're going to go into a court and commit fraud intentionally. And conceal material facts. And suborn perjury. And my cousin gets up and says, the biggest mistake I made was helping her. And the Whoever he said that to, beg to differ. Wow, what a bunch of horrible folk. That's her family. Golly. I don't think she's lost a thing. I haven't called them. I don't bother them. You do. I don't bother my family. You bother my family. I haven't talked to them in 4 years. And you thought all of a sudden now, after they just weren't there for me all that time while you brutalized me, and they let you in their lives and shoved me out of it, you thought that now they're going to come and say, go be raped. And I'd go, oh, okay, since you said it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you can see why people question your intelligence, and your intellect, your ability to run your own life, your ability to function normally. You're lazy, and you're fat, and you're boring. I already know what I did all day. Our shrink said she likes men who work hard. They're busy. They have something interesting to talk about, and she said that. And he just sits around watching her work and can't figure out why she doesn't like that. It's illegal to do that because people don't like it. He's not trying to attract women. He's trying to attract deviant men, and he's surrounded with them. Because if he liked women, he would do what women like. And peeping and causing them to starve is not it. That's not how you get women to like you. It is how you get told on, because it makes everybody sick that you would do something like that. And then have the nerve to ask me who told. Wow. Oh my God. Calvin, you're up shit creek in ways I can't even... You know, you guys are paying for this crap that you do that's illegal in ways you've never had to pay before. David. And he hasn't even put you in jail yet. He's not even charged you yet. So, you got caught talking about taking my tail light out and having me pulled over again. You got caught talking about, we got to get her served. And you do. Get me fucking served. Okay? But, I mean, you know where I am. Charles has peeping Tom cameras in my home, in my apartment. He never shuts up. He never leaves me alone. He's trying to talk to me while I'm doing a podcast, which is a recording. It's not a phone call. He shouldn't know what I'm doing. He takes every penny I try to make. And everybody's sick and tired of it. That gets us all kinds of intel. So we heard you talking about getting me served. And our guy's like, don't say anything yet. When you do say something, here's what I want you to say for the criminal case. It's part of your testimony. And here's what you told me, and I want that on that docket. I want that on public record in that case. Okay? So this is what you need to say. Same thing you told me. You're going to put it on the public record in that one. Meantime, when we get intel, type it up just like this. Email it to them and let them go put it on the docket with the false claim, knowingly, intentionally false, deceptive claim that they're being harassed. And now it's public record. And they'll leave it there, you know, there's many ways to prove it out. I'm not part of that process, but you prove it out a lot for us. So this is what we got. What does she say here? Here they are. She said he's stalking. So what is the questions that they asked after hearing my cousin say the worst mistake I made was helping her, letting her live with me. Oh my God, what an asshole. That's what the lady said. I didn't say that. How do I even know he said that? So the lady was like, well, I want to know, first of all, why is Charles Perry in Oklahoma? What's he doing around her family? Why is he talking to her family? The allegations are stalking, right? Okay. Fraud upon the court, by the way, too. And perjury. Knowingly perjured yourself. Charles, when you contact me, you little fuck, you just did it again. Are you stupid or are you just like getting caught? This is not a conversation. You're peeping and you're butting in. And you're stopped. You're being stopped every time we get one of these. You are to not contact me, so shut up and quit contacting me. I don't care what you think, dum-dum. Did I ask you? I did not. What did I ask you to do? Stop contacting me. Stop invading my privacy. Fuck the hell off. Put your big boy pants on and go be a man. Stop acting like a girl for a change. Okay? Go be loyal to your family. What lie do you tell Jacqueline, Jordan, and Matthew, your wife and kids in Lubbock? What do you tell them you're doing all day with your time? How embarrassing. Okay, so what did she say? Why didn't the family work together to get rid of the threat? She was very respectful of her family and kind of backed off of them. She hasn't called them. I have not called my family for 4 years. Not once have I ever called them in 4 years. So I'm not bothering them. You are. The person talking that the shrink was listening to said, why is he talking to her family? And why is he in Oklahoma? He does know that the allegations are stalking, correct? He's provoking, he's entrapping. Right? Okay, so why have they just shoved her out? Why weren't they there for her? Why didn't they all work together as a family? My family would not do any of that. So why did they? And what's wrong with her kid that he's so concerned about a picture that she's using? He put it out in the public, and she's using it to try to help a police officer. And he didn't give a shit about her. He's upset about that. Of all the things to be upset about, he's upset about that. Oh my God, how upsetting for her. What a jerk. And I did not raise my son to be a jerk. So who turned him into a jerk? You or my ex-husband or both? So what you guys did just worked against you, from what the shrink said. Don't contact me. Do not contact me. Mr. Perry, shut up. I don't care what you think. Nobody understands why you think I do. And you never shut up. I'm not going to help you. Everybody's sick of you. I will never help you. Fuck off. Fuck the hell off. You really get people furious with you that you have the nerve to ask me of all people, after what you've put me through, for help. Fuck you. Get away from me. So you pay for in ways you've not had to pay before. Okay? And he's not even charged you just yet. So we got that. There's a whole list of them. Calvin. Every time you contact me, Charles, we get another one. We get more. Every time you make a problem for me, they're going to make 20 for you in your crime. That's what they do. You contact me, you invade my privacy, you take a penny of my money, I lose even an eyelash because of you. That's what happens right there. Don't ask how we find out, that's how. You know exactly how we find out. I don't care what you think. No one understands why you think I would. It makes me sick at my stomach that you continue to harass and bother and harass and threaten and bother and threaten and harass and bother and threaten. And you just go at me and go at me and go at me and nonstop all day. Get away from me. Get away from me. Now, we got all this because you didn't understand him when he said, don't invade her privacy, don't contact her. Show some respect. Show some respect. Damn it. Act like a grown-ass man. And she's not to be broke. Get your hands out of her wallet. Go home to your family and fuck off. Or we'll do it for you. Paying for it in ways you've never had to before. And he's not used this yet to charge you. You want to serve me? Serve me. You know where I am. You got cameras in my home. Serve me. Or shut up about it. I haven't seen the case. I've not been served. I'm talking about the case, because of the police recordings that you've just proven one way or the other, I guess, is good intel or bad intel. You tell us. Is it Judge Eagan's court? So that means that information is pretty fucking dependable if there is such a case and you've lied in it, like I've said. Okay? Why is he in Oklahoma and why is he talking to her family? And why is she broke if she's not telling the truth? What does he care how much money she has? Okay, we're not talking about some random chicken, some other state. We're talking about, I rejected you and I left. And you're pathetic and you're a pussy. Nothing more pathetic than a bitch who won't move on. And you're a married man on top of that. And you got trafficking problems. You're being investigated. Right, Larry? And there's all this. 2 people, she said, pled the 5th. 2. Leave her the fuck alone. Leave her the fuck alone. You mind your own business, and you leave me the fuck alone. Stop butting into my business, all of you. You're paying for it in ways you've never had to before. Right, David? He's not even charged you yet. Who's harassing who? Is him harassing her demanding a conversation? You need to hear what I think. That's harassment. Her screaming, no, leave me alone. That is not harassment, dum-dum. Get out of my life. I moved twice not to have any conflict with you people at all. No contact, no conflict. And you have come to Oklahoma where I live and caused one catastrophic loss after another, and everybody hates your guts. So we get the help, you get told on. Every day for 10 years. Not once or twice, not for a day, a week, or a month. Every day, all day long for 10 years, and you made me broke. You ran our customers out of the club, Charles. And you bothered me all fucking day, so it was very busy. I said, leave me the fuck alone. In 2014, I moved twice and completely changed my life to have nothing to do with you. Grow a pair and move on.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No, 0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you. I don't ever want to hear your voice to you. Please, God bless you, but please leave me alone. Please.
Judge Kuykendall said leave her alone so I can rule out entrapment and provocation. Because it looks like you're over where she lives, going to her work and making a lot of problems. And you need to stop. Because you're the one doing the harassing, not her. Do not come in my courtroom and lie. Is that kind of what she said? I'm paraphrasing. Police investigating your human trafficking and your human rights violations tell me that that's what happened. She's already made a ruling. So why is Parker looking at it again? I gotta keep that there. So if you want to hack my phone and you like looking, look at that. Okay? Okay, so we have this blog that documents Mr. Perry's very specific threats. We get detailed information and specific on what kind of injury he's intending to cause and when he's intending to cause it. Like Sunday night, literally as they were trying to make that work, that false arrest, to take me outside, and here, you're going to sign the lie, and here's a picture of your granddaughter. You don't get to see her unless you lie, and you're going to go to Houston whether you want to or not. Or you can go to jail and we'll do to you what we did to Mike Neely. And you got caught. And so the guy's sitting out there waiting for everything, and then he got told, been called off. They got caught again. Right? Sends a guy to my work to solicit prostitution. Did the grand jury who's heard my cousin say, I wish I hadn't helped her? Wow. That was very offensive, I hear. Yeah, we recorded Pinto, and he's offering $5,000 for a night of sleeping with Mr. Perry. And he came to my work, kind of like your guy did the other night, Sunday. You had one Saturday night, and you had one Sunday, didn't you? Look at that. You listen, you can get richer. He'll be really nice, and he'll pay $5,000 for one night. That is solicitation of prostitution. How did he know I was going to be at work that night? Oh yeah, you're a voyeur and a stalker and a hacker. I don't go where you are. You're coming in Oklahoma where I am. It's not like we're running out into each other at a neighborhood, grocery where we both live. You're coming to an entirely different state where you are not invited and don't live, and showing up at my work. I'm just doing normal things, trying to pay my bills, and you're interfering with that, and you have made people furious with you. That you have interfered in my ability to pay my bills on time, and you're fucked. Okay? That's all I can say. You're fucked. This is a lot of the perjury right here. There's more people that I have links to their texts that came to my work. Okay? And there's Mike's case. Chapter and verse, every little thing about it. We went through the whole case, piece by piece. Okay? He didn't do it. There's no way. He's an officer down. You need him an assist. TPD is running around being meter maids while we do that. Yeah, we don't like TPD right now. We're not happy with them. We're very disappointed. Very disappointed. This is a disclaimer. Misogyny and gender discrimination is disgusting. This right here, use of technology, is by the National Stalking Resource Center. It talks about how stalkers use technology like voyeurism and hacking these days to interfere with anything, any part of their life. Let's just torment. Because we don't have a life. We're pathetic and boring. We don't have a life, so we're going to make everybody else hate everybody else's life a living hell. If it's fun, we'll make it unfun. If it's good, we'll take it. Yeah. It's different, though. When you do it to me, you get caught. You're seeing things happen you've not seen before, your guy said. When he pesters her and takes her money, things do not go well for us. We're seeing things happen we've not seen before. And here's Mr. Perry. Let's do it more, everybody. Let's do it more. Are you stupid, or you just like getting caught? We'd like you to act like a fucking man and go be with your family. And quit lying to your family, quit betraying their trust, and quit fucking with my family, and get the fuck out of here. You don't belong up here, you were never invited here. You are not the victim. You're not the injured party. You're causing a lot of injury, and we're getting help because people hate you for it. They hate your guts. This right here is what the police are supposed to do when they get a stalking complaint. Not give it to the offender so that offender can obstruct justice and destroy evidence, Richard. Yeah, did that wrong, Richard. That's not police. We don't take evidence at TPD. Today it is. Today it is exactly what you do. Guess what? I grew up with 4 generations of police. My granddad was a chief in the town where I grew up. He's an elected official. My family was the power in the town where I grew up. Power is in service, he taught me. Serving other people. And people respected him. And he is who I want to be like. And he kicked the ass of a whole lot of bad guys. I want to be like him. And he told victims, you're safe now. We slayed your dragon. He won't hurt you again. And that's what I want to be like. And I'm sorry that you don't like that. Pathetic. No one cares what you think. They care about me and your victims and how we feel and what we think about us. What did I tell you in 2016? You don't matter. You're not getting away with it this time. And at that point, I already had the McNamara email and the Fabian puzzle, didn't I? And you thought we were kidding? Yeah. Okay, so there's my disclaimer. When I have a good police officer in front of me, I'm happy to compliment that guy and his work product. If you're going to show me shitty work product, don't expect me to help you. Don't expect me to compliment you. Don't expect me to have anything to do with you at all. You're all that is wrong with policing today. You're all the reasons why everybody wants you defunded, and that's your fault. If you don't like that, change your conduct and be a cop and make victims safe, and don't try to beat us up. Pull her over, pull her over. Did you take her taillight out? Pull her over. Yeah. Charles, every time you contact me, we get more intel, and he just did it again. It's 11:38. You shut up and get out of my life. I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you think, and nobody understands why you think I do. It does speak to your mental illness that you continue to try to communicate with me. I don't care what you think. Did I ask? I did not. Sir, act like you understand me when I say this. Fuck off. Leave me alone.
I can't live here anymore. Stalking.
No.
Leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
Leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you.
What
I don't
happened?
want to hear your voice. You. Please,
What
God
happened?
bless you.
What
Please leave
happened?
me alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't.
About
Stop
that.
stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore. Stalking. That's why
No.
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
Leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you.
What
I don't
happened?
ever want to hear your voice. You. Please,
What
God
happened?
bless you.
What
Please leave me
happened?
alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't.
About
Stop
that.
stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore. Stalking. That's why
No.
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
Leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you.
What
I don't ever
happened?
want to hear your voice. You. Please,
What
God
happened?
bless you.
What
Please leave me
happened?
alone. Please leave me alone. Stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't.
About
Stop
that.
stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore. Stalking. That's why leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
Leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you.
What
I don't ever
happened?
want to hear your voice. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't. Stop stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore. Please stop me. That's why
No.
leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
Leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk to you.
What
I don't ever
happened?
want to hear your voice, you. Please,
what
God
happened?
bless you, but
What
please leave
happened?
me alone. Please leave me alone. Please stop following me.
You won't call the cops.
Stop. I don't.
About
Stop
that.
stalking me. Please, I can't live here anymore. Please stop me. That's why leave me alone.
I will. You talk to me for 2 minutes.
No,
Leave me alone.
0 minutes. I don't want to ever talk.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
Leave me alone. Please.
Just talk to me for 2 minutes.
First, let me say that I'm happy that the lady in this video is okay. Second, let me break down what rape culture is. Rape culture is the fact that that man felt that he was entitled to some of this woman's time just because he said, let me talk to you for 2 minutes. Doesn't matter if it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. If she said no, no means no. Rape culture is the comments that she has on her video about how she should have just spoke to him or dressed differently. Rape culture is me taking the heat for calling out other men for their terrible behavior. Rape culture is trying to explain stuff as, oh, it's just locker room talk. No, it's not locker room talk. You should talk the same way wherever you are. We all know that rape is not about sex, it's about power. So for you to force yourself on somebody, even if you're just talking to them, is disgusting, dude.
This make you feel? You're filming my father and my fucking sister. How does this make you
Is that
feel?
the one that put all those scratches on your arm? You want to see the
Scratches? I got
I
scratches.
can show you the pictures right now.
No, I want you to leave my family fucking alone.
Keep hanging outside of there.
Hit the road. Dude, I promise you, you're gonna get yours and you're
I don't give a fuck. You can bring whoever the fuck you want.
That's okay. You're
You
gonna
can bring
Is that
the
a
whole fucking
threat?
army. I don't give a fuck.
This make you feel? You're filming my. I don't. Stop.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
I don't want proof of this. Please leave me alone.
Hey men, leave women the fuck alone. When they're in public, when they're doing anything, you don't have the right to their attention. You don't have the right to step into their personal space. You don't have the right to them. Especially if they're making it very clear they don't want to be talked to. But even when they're not, unless a woman is giving you enthusiastic and continuous body language and signs that she wants to talk to your ugly dumbass, then leave her the fuck alone. Find a date a different way. Okay? It's not clever. It's not cool. It's not cute. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage behavior. And you're a garbage person if you do it. I don't care if it's in public. It doesn't fucking matter. You don't have the right to her. You need to leave her alone. And this is bacon.
That's okay. I don't care.
Leave me alone.
All you want.
Alright, that's what normal people think of stalking, which, by the way, is a felony. When you do some act that's illegal, it's usually illegal because the act is offensive. Alright, dum-dum? Your attorney needs to explain that to you. Don't bother me with your questions again. You have an attorney to answer your questions. You never get your questions answered, and you never get help when you contact me. What you get is told on. Now look at the result of your actions. And stop bothering me. Now, in closing, I'm going to say this on this, whatever Judge Eagan is listening to in her courtroom. I've not been served, Mr. Powell. We have heard you calling up here quite a lot and asking about, can we not get her served? What's her address? Blah, blah, blah. questions that are not your business. No one's doing anything to you at all. We also have heard you discuss, you have to prove, the burden of proof is on you. You have to prove she lied and knew she lied. What happens is, Mr. Powell, is I get things like the McNamara email, which you assisted in carrying out that threat just a few months after I sent it. I didn't send it after, I sent it before. Are you sure you want to face me in court? Also, everything that goes on in that one is going to be used against you in a court of law in a criminal case. And the prosecutor has explained exactly how that is by telling me what to tell you. When the information comes in, we put it out immediately. It's a threat. We can't wait to see if you do it and then say something that defeats the purpose, Mr. Powell. I thought you were about victims. Weren't you a prosecutor too? You like just hurting women? You guys all so pathetic that you just like beating down women and that makes you feel tough somehow? You got mommy issues and crap. Charles, when you contact me, we always find out more. I don't want to hear it. No one asked you. And I'll never help you. You just typed in my phone as Matt Powell a leak. Huh? Is he? You tell me. I don't know who the leaks are. I'm not told that. Okay. Here's the thing. So the information comes in. I'm not part of the process of proving whether it's good intel or bad intel. Police record a lot of things. Then there's a process of going, well, is this good intel or bad intel? I'm not part of that process, Charles, and I'm also not part of the process in gathering the intel. I don't know what they get from a wiretap order. I don't know what they get from a leak. I don't know what they get from an informant. I don't know what they get from an infiltrator. Nor do I care. It is a need to know. I don't need to know that, do I? Now, go into court and prove I lied. No, I lied. Okay? Everything that we send to you, you put it on the docket, you make a public record, and then in your criminal case, you cannot suppress it. You made a public record. That was your choice. That's what you do, right? Go around whining and complaining how you're in a state where you don't belong and weren't invited, and you're the victim. I don't think so. Her screaming, "Leave me alone" to this guy does not make him the victim. He's not being harassed. He's harassing her and provoking, and she said, "Fuck off." And that's what I'm saying to you. I moved twice to never again have to hear what you think, what you feel, what you want,